Hi, I'm Brandy, and I'm back with Dylan versus Dylan Diaries. Today, I want to talk about mommy meltdowns. I know that my mommies out there know what a mommy meltdown is, right? Like you have to know what it is. It's almost similar to how our children, our toddlers, our babies have a little meltdown or a little tantrum, if you will. But ours is different, obviously, because we're adults. But it's something that can happen quite a bit. And usually it's because you might be stressed or just overstimulated, not getting enough rest, just on overload, mommy overload with so much on your mind or so many things that you have to get done. And these mommy meltdown moments, they just come and they happen out of nowhere. And sometimes they're just like not controllable, right? So I had mommy meltdown earlier, not today, but I guess about a couple weeks ago. So one of the twins, Harper, she is in a dance, and the dance recital is coming up. So it's time to get the dance tickets. Now, getting these dance tickets is almost like getting Beyonce tickets, right? It's like there's an app that you have to go to, on the website. You use it, you sign in. It's a timer as far as like when it's time, like countdown to, it's time to get the tickets, right? You go on, you get the tickets. It shows you how many rows because they're VIP tickets for parents only, right? Like parents can buy. There's a certain code that you put in. And the one thing that you don't have is it's not a time for you to like purchase. So it's not like Ticketmaster where you have, I think, like 5 minutes or something to get your tickets before you can't get them. So on this particular site with the dance studio, you just go in, you put your information in, you put the name of the ticket holder, all the information in, and then it's supposed to let you buy the tickets. So I get in there, I'm in there early this day. The tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. I think I probably logged in at like 9:30, just sitting there, just kept refreshing the screen. I have my phone, I have my computer, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna get these VIP tickets, right? So that we can have a whole row for the family and we could be seated somewhere where Harper can see us really good, right? She knows that we're there and we're supporting her. So I get a good row, like a really good row. And the next thing I know, I'm going to put my information in and it kicks me out. I do it again. I'm going to put my information in. It kicks me out. So I'm like, wait a minute. Like, what is happening? So I'm freaking out because I'm like, I'm getting the tickets, I'm in there, but as I'm putting my information in, I'm getting kicked out. Then when I go back, the row is gone. So I'm like getting all the way down to the wire. So I call the owner, and she happens to be like a friend of mine too. And I'm like, hey, like what is going on? It keeps kicking me out. And so she's looking in the thing. She said, well, I can see it's 2 rows left. You got to hurry up. And I'm like, I'm hurrying up. I've been on this thing since before it was even time. I'm doing it fast. I'm trying to get it together. Meanwhile, prior to this, Harper was feeling sick. Harper had thrown up because her stomach was bothering her. I don't know what was happening that day. I thought she was constipated. I gave her some medicine to like help with the constipation. I don't know if the medicine with the constipation helped to make her sick, like throwing up sick, but she was throwing up. And then next thing you know, Hayes comes out in the hallway and he sees her throwing up. He sees that she throws up. So he's like, and he's going to throw up. And I'm like, oh no, I'm home by myself. Jade is not there. My husband had went to work to do a job. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, wait a minute. Like, this cannot be like, okay. So I'm dealing with that and trying to make sure I get these tickets. Okay. So I accidentally purchased, I thought I was purchasing a row of 10 tickets. I accidentally purchased 10 general admission tickets. I was freaking out so bad. I'm still on the phone with the owner. She's like, what did you do? I was like, oh my God, I messed up. I went back to get the right tickets. They were gone. I said, well, could you just like somehow help me and like give me a row to purchase, or is there extra rows and you letting more rows go? She's like, no, all the rows are there. I'm like, what? She was like, well, how did you do that? What happened? I was like, what do you mean what happened? Like, oh my God, I just can't do this today. I can't. Harper's sick. I just can't. Like, this is just too much. It's just stressing me. I got off the phone with her and I bawled so bad, y'all. I cried so bad. Hayes comes in the room. He's like, Mommy, are you okay? I'm like, Mommy's okay, but I'm sniffling. He could clearly see that I wasn't okay. He goes and he says something to Harper. Harper comes in the room. Mommy, are you okay? I'm like, yes, Mommy's okay. And they're like, what's wrong? And Hayes said, I heard you say something about some dance tickets. I said, well, Mommy wasn't able to get the recital tickets that she wanted. And Mommy's upset. I called one of their godmoms and I know when I called her, she might have probably thought that like something extremely bad was wrong. Like I was crying bad. I was like, I just need you to listen. I just got a vent. I just started boo-hooing. I was just like, I'm tired. I don't have the energy. Like, I don't have the energy to fight for recital tickets. Like, I pay my fee for dance and I just want to be able to see my child dance. And I just want her to see that I'm watching her dance and the family's there. We're supporting her. And she's just being such a good friend because she's like letting me get it all out, right? Like, she's just like being patient with me. She's like, it's okay. I understand. She starts telling me about a relatable situation she had with kind of the same thing. And I'm like, okay. But I felt like, I don't know, in that moment, I felt like a failure. Like, I felt like I let Harper down. I don't know. It was so overwhelming, those emotions that came over me. It was just like, if another thing happens, right? Or if another thing goes wrong, I just don't know. Like, my emotions were all over the place. I mean, it was a serious meltdown. Like, I was on the phone with her, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna let her dance anymore. I'm just over it. Like, over it. Okay? I was over it. So I just said, I'm gonna pray about it. It's gonna work itself out. It's gonna figure itself out. So then the next week, the dance owner, she texted me and said she might have a role for me. She would let me know. I was like, thank you so much. I hope so. So I ended up getting a row of 11 tickets. You know, I got my tickets yesterday. Thank God. You know, she refunded me the money that I paid for the 10 tickets that were a mistake. And then I had to purchase the 11 tickets for the row. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful that worked out. And even right now to this day, Harper and Hayes both will be like, Mommy, remember that day you was crying? What was you crying about again now? You crying about the dance tickets. And I'm like, man, when they say it like that, it sounds so stupid, right? It sounds so trivial. But it wasn't trivial in the moment. And it was because I was overwhelmed. I was overstimulated by Harper being sick and then Hayes acting like he was about to be sick. And it was just so much going on with Harper and her emotions of how she was feeling and her like her throwing up and then using the bathroom and then throwing up. It was just like, it was too much. And then trying to pay attention and do all these things at one time. And I just was like, I can't. I gotta take something off my plate. So I think it meant like, if I don't get the dance tickets, then I just don't get the dance tickets. And, you know, it's just going to be what it is. But I was so upset. There's another time that I, you know, had a mommy meltdown moment. And this was when Jada, our 19-year-old, was in high school. This was her 11th grade year. And she wasn't doing that great in school. And she just wasn't getting along with people, you know, fighting. Certain administrators she liked, certain she didn't. So it was dealing with that. And they had called me in there to like have a parent talk or something. I don't even remember what it was for, but we're in that office. It's myself, it's Jada, it's the administrator. And the administrator starts talking about Jada and her grades and how she's doing. And she starts talking about the classes that she's missed and all these kinds of things. And I bust out into tears in that meeting. Now listen, I did not want to let that lady see me cry because I didn't even really particularly care for that lady. But my emotions were all over the place because I was just like, oh my God, this girl is like so close to graduating high school and I'm doing everything in my power. And yes, she started high school in the core heart of the pandemic. So her whole ninth grade year was virtual. Half of her 10th grade year was virtual. So I was trying to be understanding and sympathetic to all the things that she was going through. But at the same time, I'm like, girl, you cannot mess this up. You can't get this far. Like, you're going to play. You play in ninth grade a little bit, right? But you don't play when you get to 11th grade. Like, it's time for you to get up out of here. Like, you got things to do. You got life to go figure out. You don't have time. And so I don't know, the administrator said something that triggered me. And I just started crying because I was just like, Jada, like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you not just going to class? And what do you feel like you missing? And what is the problem? And I just lost it in there. I was so emotional. And I'm not that parent that can't take like someone telling me something about like one of my children and, you know, if they're not doing well in something or if we need to have a conversation. Like, I can take constructive criticism. I really can. Now, you can't go too far with it. Like, I won't take it if it's jabs. I won't take it if it's not in a positive, constructive manner, obviously. But if it's a constructive manner, I can take it. And how she was delivering it, it was a constructive manner. It wasn't something that I couldn't swallow. But my emotions was just so high in that moment because I was feeling like, is this going to be my child that doesn't graduate school? Like my other daughters have graduated, and what's going to happen? Like, okay, then I'm sitting there like, but okay, but if she doesn't graduate, is it the end of the world? Well, no, because she could get her GED. But I'm like having these conversations with myself, and my anxiety was through the roof, I guess. And I had a full-on meltdown. Like, I had a meltdown in there. We left out of there. I got myself together. I called my husband. I'm like boo-hooing to my husband about like, what are we going to do? And I'm just going through all the emotions. And he's like, well, we have to calm down. Like, you got to calm down. We got to get yourself together because you can't make Jada do anything that she don't want to do. And she's the one that has to go to school. And she's the one that has to have the experiences. You got to calm down and we got to figure it out. We got to get to the bottom of what's going to be best for her. Oh, and I think that's when they were suggesting that she do the schooling online and not be in the building. And I, at first, was so against it. Like, I was so emotional about it, and I was so against it. I was against it. But it ended up being the best thing for her once we did it, and she got into it, and she got in a routine of actually logging in and doing the work and everything she was supposed to. And that's how she graduated. She graduated high school from completing the rest of her 11th grade year and her senior year online. She was online with other students, so it wasn't like she had to go to another school or, you know, something like that. It wasn't that type of situation. It was still her school, still some of the same teachers, but it was just online. It was in the evening. You had to do a certain amount of work online. And then log in for a certain amount of hours with live instruction. So it worked for her, right? So we had to shift, we had to pivot. As a mom, as a parent, we know we all have to learn how to shift and pivot away from the way that we think things should go, because they don't always go like that, right? But mommy meltdown moments, you know, my friend was really there for me. My husband has been there for me. My mom has been there for me. I mean, I have had several meltdown moments with the individual older children, and then several meltdown moments with like the twins. You know, and it's because of the stress or the lack of sleep or just being overwhelmed, right? Like, being a parent is really overwhelming. I would say that it's the greatest joy, right? And me being a mom, it's the greatest gift that I could have been given, right? Like, God blessed me to be able to be someone's mother. But it is overwhelming sometimes. And so, yes, you have these moments of emotion that come over you, and the mommy meltdown. So if you're someone that is experiencing someone else having a mommy meltdown, couple of things that I would say you could do to help them, right? Because this is what has helped me when my friends do this for me, or my mom has done this for me. It's just being calm, being the voice of reason, compassionate, you know, offer reassurance, gentle, calm voice. Because a lot of times when you're having a mommy meltdown moment, you're not calm. You might be a little irrational. Be in a safe space, right? Just be in a safe space and a trusting space to know, like, I look back at that conversation now and I'm like, man, she probably think I'm crazy, but she knows that I'm not crazy. But I trusted her enough to be able to call her and vent to her in that moment of how I was feeling and what was going on with me and how I was just losing it. I needed her, and she was my safe space, and I appreciated that. Acknowledging someone's feelings, that's very important. Like, she didn't just be like, girl, you tripping, go somewhere and sit down, everything gonna be okay. No, she was like, I understand how you feel. Something similar has happened. She went on to tell me a story, and it was a positive end, and it worked out. So that was good. She just was encouraging, right? Like, encouraging that it is going to be okay. Encouraging that, like, you'll get through this. It's not the end of the world. It's going to be okay. Other things, she followed up with me, right? Like, when it was over, a few days later, she texted me, are you okay? I'm just checking in. I know you had a moment the other day. Are you good now? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I even called her and we had like a little gentle laugh about it, right? I called her. I told her that, yeah, she came through. I have the tickets now. Like, yeah, I needed that. I needed that. So, mommies, you're not alone out there. We all have our days. We all have our moments. I mean, I have meltdown moments sometimes just coming in the house and cooking dinner, right? Like, thinking about all that I have to do sometimes, like go to work, get the kids, pick them up, take them to any activities that they might be in, sit down and do homework, cook dinner. Sometimes they want fried chicken. Sometimes they want pizza. Sometimes they want, I don't know, steak. My husband sometimes hits me with the, well, why I feel like we keep eating the same thing all the time. That's a whole nother video right there, right? But it gets overwhelming. Sometimes you standing over the stove and you like, Lord, give me the strength. I don't know if I can do this today. I don't know if I want to do this today. Like, I'm just tired. My tired is tired, right? And so that might be your meltdown moment. But what I have learned is that when I'm having my meltdowns of, oh my God, like, I'm not feeling it, this is not working, I'm stressed, whatever it is, I know that it's normal. I know that I'm not alone. I know that it doesn't mean that I'm not a good parent. I know I have a lot on my plate, like raising all of our children, and specifically now with the emphasis on these twins and the things that they need from me as a mom, the growth and development that I am, working hard with them on, and the little people that they're becoming, that they are, and their little personalities. It's a lot. Like, it is a lot. It's a lot. And so there are some days that I think it's okay to say, I don't have it under control today, and today is not a good day, and also maybe I need some help. I look back that day and I'm like, well, I know my husband wasn't here, but maybe I could have called my mom to come over that day and help. Because sometimes it's just you need a little break, right? But mommy meltdown moments, they are a real thing. We do have them. So to our dads out there, our spouses, our significant others, our support systems, just be patient with us. We're trying. We're doing everything that we can. We wake up every morning with the intentions of being the best version of a parent that you can be, and being the best version of ourselves that we can be. But some days are better than others. So I would ask for grace, patience, maybe even some mercy but a lot of understanding. A lot of understanding. So yes, mommy meltdowns. We have them, but we can get through them. All right. Hope you like this video. Be sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Dylan versus Dylan Diaries.